In this video, we're going to take a look at the C673-A compressor, which is available to use on McDSP's APB hardware. The C673-A is McDSP's take on the fabled Fairchild compressor, and as it happens, I have a real Fairchild here, so we're going to see how they sound alongside each other, as well as run through how to use it. This is the C673-A compressor. So this is a plug-in, but note this is just a controller for the APB hardware. So that means the plug-in isn't doing any of the actual audio processing. The audio is being sent to the APB through the plug-in, and the APB is configured by the plug-in to run like a Fairchild compressor. So all the compression is actually being done in the analog realm. It's a real analog compressor. So just like the Fairchild, you've got your time constant control in the middle here. Unlike the Fairchild, this hasn't got 6 steps. This has got a much more variable attack and release control constant. So you can literally just use this one knob and find your way through it to where it sounds best based on the audio you're controlling. You've got a threshold control, so you need more compression, just bring this down like that. Really, really simple. And lastly, obviously, as you're causing some gain reduction, you can use the output trim here to kind of bring up the gain level. So when you're doing A/B tests, you can get a fair level comparison and make sure it's good. To do that sort of A/B test, bypass it, the best way to do that on this plugin is to use the switch. So you can listen to the raw audio or the compressed audio. This switch here is an option to listen to a sidechain key input. And if you select it to in, then it's going to just listen to the audio that's on the channel that you've put the plugin on. And lastly, as far as the controls are concerned, you've got the input metering, output metering, and then you can see quite clearly how much of the gain reduction you're doing. Here's a good example of the C673-A in use on a vocal. Now, this particular vocal I like to use for this sort of demonstration because it's really dynamic. So the sort of first 2 verses or passages you can see here are really quiet, and you can see later on the vocal gets really dynamic and much louder. So I'm going to expect to use quite a bit of compression on this. I'm probably going to get 12, 14 dB of compression at times. But my aim here is to bring the quieter stuff up and reduce the dynamic range and do it in a transparent way that the 673 is really good at doing. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit as we play through this, and I'll do some A/Bing. I'm expecting the quieter bits to jump up a little bit in volume, but overall it should sound like a much more balanced and confident delivery. Let's have a look.
She's all dressed in white and the people around her are still. And the angels above looking down to watch her say she will. Blossom in the trees and her hair in the breeze as her eyes started to fill. And the music swells as they ring out the bells, and she thinks back to where it began. Come with me and we'll live out our dreams. We'll chase rainbows all the way home. The stars will guide us where no one can find us. Let's dive into the unknown. Come with me and we'll live out our dreams. We'll chase rainbows all the way home. The stars will guide us where no one can find us. In my arms you're never alone.
For one compressor on a vocal, it controls it really well. It never sounds too pumpy or overcompressed, and overall I think it's just really, really smooth, relatively clean and transparent. So I think, as a compressor just on its own, it's going to be really, really powerful. And bear in mind, with an APB 16, I can run 16 of these across my mix, or indeed a mix of any of the other kind of compressors that are in the product as well, so it's really cool. For now, let's have a look and see how this compares with a real Fairchild. If you're not familiar with the APB, check out our video that explains how it works and what it can do. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. See you again.